All right. What's going on? What's going on, Detroit? What is up? What is up? What is up? Welcome to another Sunday fun day in the Motor City. It is a nice, sunny summer Sunday fun day in the Motor City, and so glad you could be on with us. It's your boy Robert Flood, and the show you're listening to right now is the Black Business Enterprise on Courageous Detroit radio station. So happy to have you join us and stuff like that. And we're gonna get this party started this evening. All right. So we have a really good show for you all today because I have with me a special guest that you might not be aware of, but you're gonna find out more about her as the show goes on and understand. Want to remind you though, you can do so many things on Courageous Detroit on YouTube and all that, but you can also scan the QR code on your screen. It is actually on the screen. You can scan the QR code, and you can do that. And like, subscribe, share, do all that stuff. It is all on YouTube. You can go to Courageous Detroit radio station on YouTube. You can like, subscribe, and you can do all that. And you can also scan the QR code, like I said, and definitely we can make it happen. Make it happen, and you can do that and stuff. Also, want to remind you all that the awards is coming. The big awards is coming up. It is going to take place, I believe, in October, and that is the one, the only, the I forgot the name of it that fast. The Spin Awards. Okay, shouts out to my background. They got me. They got my bad. They got my bad. The Spin Awards is coming up in October, and we cannot be excited. I'm especially excited for the one and only Tracy St. Paul. And yes, y'all give it up for Tracy St. Paul because she's nominated for an award. Yes. I cannot wait. I cannot wait because she actually is supposed to be. It's not confirmed yet, but I think she's supposed to be coming on the show next week. So I would definitely let you all know about that and stuff. But I'm just so excited for Tracy St. Paul. She has her own show on Wednesday nights called the Crossover Show with Tracy St. Paul on 1340 a.m. WCHB Wednesday nights from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Y'all make sure y'all check it out. Check out my girl Tracy St. Paul. And she is just doing amazing things. And to be nominated for an award, that's got to be big. That's got to be huge. That's got to be so huge. So I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I believe it's like their 8th year doing this or stuff like that. So yeah, man, shouts out to Tracy St. Paul. Y'all give it up for Tracy St. Paul again. I mean, y'all make sure y'all cast y'all votes. Y'all make sure y'all cast y'all votes because we want our girl to win. We want her to win. All I do is win, no matter what. Money on my mind, I can never get it up. And every time I step up in the building, everybody hands go up.
And we say that. And they say that. I can do this. I'm sorry.
I love it. Y'all know we have way too much fun on a Sunday evening here on the Black Business Enterprise. You already know. Y'all already know how we get down. Y'all already know how we get down. But yeah, so we definitely want Tracy St. Paul to win, man. I mean, bring home an award, man. Bring home an award and stuff. And I cannot wait. I cannot wait. So y'all make sure y'all go to the Spirit Awards and make sure you vote for her and all that, man. All that. And yeah, we definitely gonna root for Tracy St. Paul. We definitely gonna do that and stuff. So yeah, so we definitely gonna do that and chant her and cheer her on and stuff. So go Tracy St. Paul, go. So we definitely wanna shout her out and stuff. And another thing I do want to remind you is the soul soul thing is back. Soul Day is back. Thank you, Wendy. Soul Day is back. August the 17th, which is next Saturday, and it's going to be at the Oakland um, Southfield High School. And it's going to be from 12 p.m. to 7 p.m. So make sure if you don't have anything to do on that day, make sure you come out, have some fun, and hopefully, yes, hopefully, it don't rain and stuff. And the best part about it is, it is free. It is free. It is free, man. I mean, we all love that word free. I mean, definitely come on out, man. So hopefully we'll have good weather. Let's hope and pray we have good weather because the last Soul Day was a lot of fun and had a chance to go out there and meet some amazing people and all that good stuff. So this coming Saturday on the 17th, make sure you come out for Soul Day, 12 p.m. to 7 p.m. at the Oakman thing. So that's going to be fun, and that's going to be fun, and that's going to be fun. And I don't have my notes with me, so I'm trying to remember, man. I'm trying to, remember the dates and stuff. Hopefully, when we go to break or whatever, I'll remember and everything. But she got my back. Winnie got my back. Winnie got my back. She knows. She'll help me out. But yeah, man. So definitely, it's gonna be fun. Soul Day, August 17th, 12 p.m. to 7 p.m. Don't miss it. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be amazing. And the thing. So all right. So we have a great show, like I said, and this is what I want to do. I want to take a break, but when we come back, I'm going to introduce you to my very special guest, Miss Wakia Day. She is here with me, as you all can see, and we're going to find out everything that she has going on, and she has a couple of nice events that she wants you all to know about as well. So when we come back, Wokia Day will be joining us. We go find out exactly what's going on with her. Right after the break, you're listening to the Black Business Enterprise with your boy Robert on Courageous Detroit radio station, where Sundays is always a vibe. It is always a vibe here on the show. It is always a vibe here on the show. I'm going to start using that. It is always a vibe. It's a vibe. It's the vibe on the Sunday.
I like it.
I don't know.
I like it.
I don't know. For some reason, I just felt like singing it. So I just felt like singing, man. I just felt like singing. I just felt like it here. But anyway, so we're gonna take a break, and when we come back, Wokia Day is gonna tell us all about what she has going on. We go find out a little bit about what Wokia Day has in store for you all when we come back after the break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Lady, do you owe more than $10,000 to the IRS? Then listen carefully. You may be able to pay the IRS less and save thousands of dollars because right now there are special government tax programs for people like you who owe the IRS. We can even help you if you have unfiled tax returns. And if you qualify, you'll pay less money to the IRS or state. Stop worrying about wage garnishments and bank levies and call the number on the screen right now for a free tax review. We know what you're going through. We help good people like you every day pay the IRS or state less taxes all the time. If you owe more than $10,000 to the IRS or state, call now for your free, no-obligation consultation with a tax professional. Don't fight the IRS alone. Call the Tax Ladies team today.
Call the tax lady at 855-325-1720. Call now.
October 24th to October 26th, and join us for the 8th Annual Spin Awards in the Atlanta, Georgia area. Enjoy performances by Ernest Pugh, Canton Jones, Laurel Taylor, Ruth Laundra, and more. Attend free showcases, workshops, a comedy show, and the pre-ceremony events on Thursday and Friday. Get tickets for the main ceremony at thespinawards.com/tickets. Celebrate those who spin the gospel at the Spin Awards.
Welcome back, everybody. It is Courageous Detroit radio station on a Sunday Fun Day. It's the Black Business Enterprise with Robert. With Robert here on a Sunday Fun Day, where it's always good vibes here on the Sunday night and stuff. So before we get to our guests, I just want to remind you all again about Soul Day. Soul Day that is happening at Oakland County. It's going to be at Southfield High School from 12 p.m. to 7 p.m. That is going to be this Saturday on the 17th, okay? Saturday, August 17th at Oakland County Southfield High School, 12 p.m. to 7 p.m. So like I said, if you don't have anything to do on that day, make sure you come out and have some fun. Have some fun. I'm sure it's going to be a whole lot of activities. There's going to be so much stuff going on. It's going to be a great day. It's going to be a great day. So come on out. Hopefully it don't rain. You know, hopefully the weather will be nice. Soul Day again, Southfield High School from 12 p.m. to 7 p.m. Saturday, August 17th. And the best part about it is free. It is free. So no money involved. Come on out, have fun, and yeah, enjoy yourself because it's definitely going to be good and stuff. And again, you just heard them wanting the commercials, the Spin Awards. In Atlanta, GA, and ATL. That is going to be October 24th through the 26th. Okay, so right at the end of October. So October 24th through the 26th is the Spin Awards in Atlanta, Georgia, where once again we are rooting for our girl, my girl, your girl, everybody's girl, Tracy St. Paul. And that is going to take place again October 24th through the 26th, and the ATL and the Spin Awards, eighth annual Spin Awards. I cannot believe it's been 8 years. But we are definitely rooting for against Tracy St. Paul. So again, the Spin Awards, October 24th through the 26th in Atlanta, Georgia. Come on out and support. Let's support Tracy St. Paul. Let's hope she can come back a winner. All right. And also there's a website. You can go if you want more information on the Spin Awards. It's www.spinawards.com/vote. Okay. So www.spinawards.com/vote. And we are definitely voting for our girl, Tracy St. Paul. So, so we cannot wait and stuff. And like I said, she will be on the show next week. Okay, so I'm definitely excited to ask her about how she feels about it. I think I already know the answer, but definitely let's support Tracy St. Paul again for coming on and definitely make it happen. Let's make it happen for our girl Tracy St. Paul and stuff at the Spin Awards. Now that I got that out the way, I am gonna introduce our guest, and like I said, she is just doing amazing things and stuff. She has many things on her belt. She wears many hats and stuff, and she is here to tell us about what she has going on. I know she has a couple events that is going to be happening, but let's find out more about her right now. Everyone, please welcome to the Black Enterprise, Rokia Day.
Thank you. Thank you, Robert. I appreciate that.
How are you? Welcome.
I'm good, thank you.
Welcome. So this your first time here, I'm assuming, right?
It is my first time with Courageous Radio. I'm feeling real courageous.
I love that. Love that. Feeling real courageous. I love it. And so I'm just so glad you are here. I cannot wait for these events because I know you got some events coming up and everything else. But we go get to that. But before we do, why don't you tell Detroit and the world a little bit about Rokia Day?
Okay, so my name is Rokia Day. I will say that I do have some connections to this community, right? And I'm saying Detroit because I'm born and raised Yacktown. Let everybody know.
Shouts out to Yacktown.
But I do have some connections to the community here, particularly the poet community, because in 2014, I started what we call Yacktown Poets in Pontiac.
Okay.
Michigan.
Okay.
And we had a lot of Detroit poets who I'm still in connection with today to come by and grace our stage when we first got started. And we ran for about 7 years, and then we slowed down as a result of the pandemic. But so we one of our favorite was a poet by the name of Hotep, or also One Single Rose, who we love, who comes to see us quite a bit, and quite a few. I don't want to start naming them because I'll forget them. I don't want to forget anyone.
Don't want to mess up no names. I
absolutely.
get it. Yeah.
But I just wanted to I wanted to give them a shout out. Also, I have been connected with on many occasions, and we'll talk more about that. With and you all may know him, but he is in the drumming community. So his name is Baba Shamari and Nanu Japo.
Okay.
They do a lot of work with us in Pontiac as well. So my name is Rokia Day, but I'm known in the Pontiac community and those that I connect with in Detroit by Vicky Brent Teray or VB Teray, right? And that has been my name, of course. Vicky has been my name since birth, but
I know you changed it.
I just changed my name legally, right? So it is now Rokia Day. So I'm saying that because those who I know and know me will know me by that name. Right?
Okay.
Mm-hmm. So what I do is I run my own empowerment company. I'm a teacher by profession, and I did that up until about 2013 when I left the classroom and decided to do what I felt was what I was inspired to do at the time. And that was really, when I pulled together all the things that I'm involved in, what I did was I moved from, I like to say, the man's classroom to the classroom in my community, right?
Yeah.
Because I am a teacher by not only profession, but I'm a teacher naturally, right? So I left the K-12 classroom where I taught language arts and speech and moved out in my community. And what I found was, that's when I think I realized that it was natural. It wasn't just taught. It's something that I was born to do.
Yeah.
Right? So what I do with my company is really, we started off in event planning. And even the event started when I was doing Yacktown Poets. It became a real thing, became very, a thriving community and a thriving event. And that turned into what we call the Wonder Woman Breakfast Club, where I would meet with women once a month for almost like a brunch workshop type thing. And then we moved from that to what we'll talk about a little later. And that is the Teray Family Kwanzaa event. So this year will be 9.
Oh, wow.
It would be 11 if it wasn't for the pandemic, but it'll be 9 this year.
Yeah, hopefully we'll have time to talk about that.
Oh, yeah. I want to talk about that.
Yeah.
And we moved from that to Pontiac's probably most known Juneteenth event, right, that my family also did. And we did all that through our company. Okay. So what I found was, I remember one time my ex said to me, he said, once I left the classroom, he said, I don't even know what to tell people that you do. What is it that you do? I don't know how to, I can't even put it. I said, I'm a teacher in this community. What are you talking about? Everywhere I go, I'm empowering people or teaching people in one way or another. I'm just not teaching for the man. Right? And he said, I didn't think about it like that. Yeah, we have taught people the principles of Kwanzaa that they had no idea even existed, and so therefore wouldn't be involved in. We have put people on stage when we started Yaktown Poets, I will never forget this. I started it only because I had written a book, right? I wrote a book of poetry, and before I wrote it, I thought, and I'm in the classroom teaching, but this yearning to come out of the classroom and get into something else is really, I kept thinking, this is not it anymore, right? The season is up. I got to move out into something else. Anyway, I had been stirring up this book for a long time, so I wrote the book, and as I was teaching at this time in Atlanta, I was in Atlanta at the time. I'm teaching, but I wrote the book, and the book started catapulting me into speaking realms because people would say, come share. Then when I share, they said, can you speak? Can you talk about this, a little more about that? So I found myself in universities, and I found myself in classrooms, and I found myself at workshops, and I thought, this is it, right? This is where I needed to be.
Yeah.
So I made a decision and left the classroom, and then went out into Yaktown Poets. So we started Yaktown Poets, and I remember that it just started with me saying, I had done so many poetry events. I thought, I know there are other people that have these kinds of gifts that are laying dormant, and they're probably working a 9 to 5 that's killing them, right?
Yep.
And would love an outlet. So I get on Facebook, and this is 2013. I get on Facebook, and I ask people, any of you, at that time, I have just a few friends, but anyway, I'm asking them, any of you interested in maybe an adult poetry thing? And people start me from Detroit to Pontiac to Detroit, right? And through Flint. So I was like, wow. So that's how it started, right?
Yeah.
So what that turned into was giving people a platform to use those God-given gifts, talents, and or abilities that were laying dormant, but that would give them life.
Exactly, with the talents and stuff.
Absolutely.
And everything. Yeah.
So I remember I had a guy that come through one time, and he came to like 2 or 3 events, and finally, because we always have an open mic session. Always have open mic, right? And he finally got up, and when he got up, it was like, ooh, he was good. It was really good. He came back about a 4th time, I think, and he asked me, could he talk to me? I said, yeah. I think, if I remember correctly, he worked on the line at the plant, I think. And he's about my maybe a couple years older.
Okay.
But he pulled me to the side, and he said to me, if I didn't have come in here, he said, sorry not to come, but I've been here a few times. I said, yeah, I noticed you. And I loved your poem, right? He said, I have to be honest with you. He said, I wanted to tell you this. Before I started coming to these events, he said, I had contemplated suicide.
Oh, wow.
And I said, what? Right?
I know you was like, whoa.
I was blown away.
You was blown away, I'm
Right.
sure.
He said, I was drowning, I was drowning in depression. I was drowning in no purpose, right? He said, but once I came here and I began to listen, and then you opened up the stage. He said, it started, I've always liked to write. I love to write, right? I said, well, I can tell that, from the poem.
Are you an author?
I am.
Okay.
Yeah. So he said, yeah, I like. He said, I always loved that. He said, but I forgot about all of that in being grown, and raising my kids and my wife. I forgot about all of that. Well, long and short, that guy's gone on to do things that I have not even done with writing since then. So I'm saying that to say that's one example of how I moved out of the classroom into the community to teach my people, or to assist my people or our people in things that I know they have an interest in, or maybe they don't have an interest in, but they need to be empowered in one way or another. So that is what I do, right?
Yeah.
That's what I do. And I've done that through my company called VB Teray Empowerment Events, right?
Okay.
Which is being totally rebranded because I changed my name, right? Completely. So VB Teray Empowerment Events is becoming Daybreak Empowerment.
Oh, wow. That's creative.
Right.
All because you changed your name.
I changed my name, right?
And that came from because you changed your name and stuff.
Yeah.
That is dope. Okay.
Yeah.
That is wonderful.
So in a nutshell, that's what I do.
In a nutshell.
Yeah, that's what I
That's
empower
a lot.
people
Yeah.
to greatness. That's what I do. I use what I have to empower people and to ignite people, right? Because so often, again, I believe all of us, every single one of us are born with innate abilities or talents or gifts or abilities or a combination of all. And we get into the program, right? Of
Yeah, the
work
program.
and family and this and that. And if we're not careful, and most of the times we're not, because we're not taught to be careful, right? If we're not careful, we forget about the things that truly keep us alive, right? Because I believe those gifts and those talents that are individual to us actually keep us alive. They keep us. It's like it's the gas in the tank, right? And if you running on fumes because you don't use these gifts, because typically when you work a job, for the most part, I'm not talking about running your own business, and I'm glad that I'm on a platform that believes in and that perpetuates entrepreneurship, right?
Yeah.
Because typically, if you're working a job, and there's nothing wrong with that. We've all worked jobs, but typically, unless you go with purpose or unless you go with an intention, then they don't really want you thinking for yourself. They just want you to think for me, right? Your boss or your company or whatever, they're paying you to use your noggin or your body. Most of the time it's the body when we're talking about those physical type jobs, so that you can build their dream, not yours. Right? It's not about you at all. It's about me employing you in my space or in my vision, right? Because if you don't have a vision, somebody will give you one, right?
Love it.
So they pull you into their space and they use you to create the vision to bring into fruition the vision that they've created for themselves. And I think there's a place for that too, because every place I've gone, and I've been in a lot of places, right? I've been a lot of places, and I've learned a lot of things. So I think there's a place for that, because I'm not going anywhere where I have not grabbed something to pull in my toolkit, right? But at the same time, I think we have to be intentional when we're working jobs for other people. Otherwise, they hire you to bring their dreams into fruition, not yours. So if you do that, and you're doing it without tapping, without massaging any of your own gifts, again, you running on fumes, because you're not using that gift that God gave you, right? So your gas tank is low. You about to die, you know?
Yeah.
You just about to, you know how you're just gonna give out. You're gonna give out.
Yeah.
Because you don't have the life force, right? It's almost like a life force. You don't have a life force. So what I intentionally do is I use what God gave me to help ignite people and give people a power surge, so that we can be our best. Right, we can live really live our best lives. I know that sounds.
I was going to say, living our best life.
Yeah. Because it's possible. It's possible.
It is. Man, you ever thought about being a preacher? Cause you is preaching, man.
I thought about it a little, but only because people keep saying that.
I mean,
I've thought about it.
I mean, I'm just saying. I didn't want to interrupt. I did not want to interrupt, because I just want to keep. I just want to let you keep going and going and going and going and going, man. I mean, maybe you should maybe you should become a pastor or something, because I'm just saying, man. I'm just blown away by it. I'm just blown away.
Wow.
I'm just blown away. But y'all, I don't know, man. I mean, I feel like passing a collection plate or something. I mean, it is Sunday. I mean, I'm just saying. I mean, let me.
You funny.
That's one.
That's hilarious.
And say right there. But no. I mean, you talk real talk. You know, you talk real talk. I feel like there's people out there right now, because the majority of people, I mean, there's some young and older people out there listening and stuff, and they need to know. They need to know this stuff. They need to know what is going on. Yeah, they need to know, man. They need to know. But you is doing a doggone thing. I'm just letting you know that right now.
Well, can I say something?
Yeah, and then real quick.
Can I?
Real quick.
Okay, it ain't gonna be quick, so let me let you
Real
go
quick,
because I'm
yeah.
I'm long winded. It won't be quick. Go ahead.
No. No, but you can you can say whatever
Are
you
you
gotta
sure?
say when we come back. Yeah, I won't do you like that. I'm not gonna do you like that. So listen, we're here with Kia Day, and yeah, man, she is just doing a little preaching up in here on Courageous Detroit radio station, the Black Business Enterprise, and we gonna come right back and find out a little more about her. How about that? We'll be right back after this.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Give thanks. It is.
When I was in the world, I did what my friends told me.
It was good for a season.
Yeah, yeah.
Good for a season.
Did what my flesh said to do. Gave in to sin, but it drowned me. But that was long ago.
Everything.
And now I'm
Everything.
yours. Lord, use me as you please. I'm praying on my knees. I am in your hands. I'm in your perfect plan. Woo! Come on. I'm yours. No doubt about it. I'm yours. Listen, this love affair
What's
won't
that?
die. You are the apple of my eye. Your love
Never
is
heard
my
this one.
heartbeat,
Damn.
and now you're my lock and key. I'm in true love. Lord, use me as you please. I'm praying on
I like that. Is she a
my
Detroiter?
knees.
Is she a Detroiter?
I am in your hands.
No, is she a Detroiter?
I'm in your perfect plan.
I know one
You
thing. Yes,
make me free.
I hear a bunch of Kojic musicians. I know that.
Free indeed. You decided to die, to rise, to call me yours. Come on, lift your voices up and say I'm yours. You see, God loved us, gave us more abundant life. Nothing can break us up. I'm yours. He's mine, he's mine, he's mine, he's mine, he's mine. I'm yours. I love you, I adore you. I admire you, I worship you. I can do all things through you. Oh, no one else will do. I live, I breathe, I move in you. Don't wanna go live without you. No one can take your place. It's something about your grace. When I call you, you're there. When I need you, you're there. When I want you, you're there. No one can compare.
Oh,
I like that.
and we are back. Courageous Detroit radio station, the Black Business Enterprise. With your boy Robert here. I'm just sitting here with the preacher. I'm gonna start calling her the preacher because she is just preaching up a storm here. Well, Kia Day is in the building and stuff, and she has a lot going on and stuff. And before we get to the event, I want to talk about your daughter because your daughter obviously was she here for the whole summer, or she was just visiting
She is
you?
here.
and
She's
stuff?
still here. She leaves next week.
Okay, so she leaves next week and stuff. So your daughter, and we was talking offline or whatever about your daughter and stuff, but and I hate to even do this on my show because this is supposed to be a joyful, happy show and stuff like that, but we have to talk about Oxford.
Sure.
Yeah. So well, why don't you just tell everybody about your daughter about what happened and stuff.
So my oldest daughter is 20 now. She is a sophomore at North Carolina A&T. I'm happy to say. I'm very proud of her. She is also, actually I had two children that day, but my children are also survivors of the Oxford shooting. And my son was different. He actually got pulled into a locker room, and that's pretty much where he was until they released them. But she was actually in the classroom. If I don't know if you all saw the footage, but she was in that classroom where the kids had to jump out of the window. So she experienced a lot more than he did. He was very encapsulated, but that wasn't the case for her. But the blessing for me is they both came out unscathed, physically anyway, right? She again dealt with a lot of emotional and still deals with some emotional stuff. My son not so much, but my son was raised in Ghana, right? So he hasn't been here but except for 6 years. He doesn't really connect with people in the way that she's connected with her friends. So 4 children lost their life, or 4 youth lost their life that day, and she had relationships with 2 of them. So it was a very, very trying, and then sometimes still is a very trying time. However, and of course my prayers go out to those parents consistently. When you call me, and we talked a little bit about it the other day, one thing I said to Robert, and I'll share it here, is I often think about the fact that because of the kind of work I do, I don't work a set schedule. So I'm usually at my computer at the time that my kids are at the bus stop for me to pick them up. And when I get in my zone, I'm in my zone. I don't really like to be disturbed. And I notice that as I get older, it gets worse. You mess up the groove, and sometimes I'm like a bear, because I'm in a zone, right? And I don't want you to don't just leave me alone. You see me at my computer. Why are you looking at me?
Right. Yeah.
So what I realized is I'm in that zone, and then when it's time to pick them up, I get upset. I'm like, okay, here we go. Now I got to stop. It's gonna be at least 45 minutes to an hour before I get back to what I'm doing. But what I often think about, and why I do still pray for those parents, is I remember the day that I went to pick them up, and it took me a while to get to Oxford, because we live in Pontiac. But she had an Oxford family. She had one of her best girlfriends. They kind of adopted Zoe, so they got my children, and I couldn't even get to them until almost 9:00, right, that night. But I remember thinking about the fact that those parents woke up just like I did and sent their kids off to school or took them to the bus stop. But at the end of that day, there was no interruption for them because their kids weren't there to be picked up. That changed my whole mindset about.
I was gonna say,
that
I know
interruption,
that must have made you
that changed my mind. And so I would go and pick them up, and still sometimes I do that. I pick them up, and I'm sitting in the car thinking, because I keep thinking about those parents who, it don't matter. It was almost 2 years ago. School time is 3:30 pickup every day, right? So so prayers out to them and other parents who have lost children in such a way.
Yeah.
So my daughter was very passionate about what happened, of course, and so she's a good writer. She wrote an Instagram post that was pretty jarring, I guess, right?
Okay.
So what happened was an organization, and I can't even think of the name of the organization, saw the Instagram post, and they contacted her and said to her, "Will you come to the state capitol and speak about your experience?"
In DC?
No, in Michigan.
In Michigan? Oh, okay.
So she came home and said, "Does this look real to you?" And then she showed me the Instagram post. I said, "Look like it could be." I said, research the organization. And she pulled it up and she says, "Well, yeah, it looked like it's it. The person that signed it is the guy that's on the pay." I said, "Well,
Right,
it's
yeah.
probably real."
Yeah.
And she said, "They want me to speak. I can't at the Capitol. Oh, I can't do that." And I said, "Oh yeah, you can." And she said, "What?" I said, "Oh yeah, you can. You can." I can't do it. You know how many people gonna be out there? I said, I don't care how many people gonna be out there. You can do it, right? Not only did I know she could do it, because I know what I put in her for one, and I
Right.
know of what some of her gifts and talents are too, right? And I knew one of some of them are. I don't know all of them, but Mama knows something, right? Mm-hmm. But the other thing is, I knew that it would be cathartic for her, and it would be therapeutic for her to get into some kind of work in this area, because she was really depressed. She was really depressed about it. Mm-hmm. And she said, "Well, I don't know if I can do that." So I got her ready. I prayed about it, and I said, "No, we're gonna get you ready for this. You got this. It's not a big deal."
Right.
And she says, "Mom, I don't think." I said, "You can do it." So long and short of it, she did. She went to the state capitol. I went with her, just me and her. We left everybody else at home, and she got up there with her 18-year-old self, and she was like flying the buttermilk. She stood in front of all them people. I'm saying that because she's a dark-skinned baby. She's my chocolate drop.
Oh, okay.
And what nothing but others out there, right?
Right. Yeah.
She stood up there like a fly in buttermilk, and she told her story and how she felt, and it was extremely moving. That was 2 years ago. Since that time,
So this hasn't been that long.
it has, and it seems like it's been at least 10. No, 2 years ago. Since that time, my daughter is a member in 2 to 3 organizations that are about children's safety and gun violence prevention. She travels the world. The country. She just came from Amsterdam, where they did a documentary on her in specific. She's been on.
She just came from Amsterdam?
She was in Amsterdam
What?
last month for a week because they did a documentary and they wanted her there for the premiere. Last week she was in Nashville for something like Young Blacks in Civic Duty or something like that. She did a week there. I'm very proud of her. She is the intern for our Oakland County executive, Dave Coulter.
Oh.
And she interns for the Promise Zone, which is an organization that gets money for students in the Oakland County area.
I know. You was telling me about that.
So she does 2 part-time interns because neither one of them wanted her not to be there. Because she said, "I have one." They said, well, but let's do part-time. So she does 2 part-time internships. And she is a member of March for Our Lives. That is the organization that sent her to the White House twice. She took
Wait a
me-
minute. She sent you to the White House
No,
twice?
no, they sent her.
They sent her
let me
to the
take that
White
back.
House?
March for Our Lives sent her one time. The president requested that she come the second time, which is the time that she took me to the White House.
The president requests her to go.
Biden. This was just last year. Wow. Yeah. And that's what's interesting too about that. What's interesting about this is she said to me, first of all, when we talk about manifesting, she's had the ability to bring into existence those things that she wanted since she was 2-3 years old. I could take you down through some stories, but we're gonna need at least 2 or 3 hours.
Right.
So I knew that about her, right? She doesn't always know it, right? So we have these conversations sometimes and she forgets, which is easy. It's like the human, it's what we do. We only forget those things that are not we only remember those things that are not comfortable. The stuff that feels real good, unless it's feel too good, we forget that, right? We forget that. Mm-hmm. But I've always known how she could make things happen. She could bring things into her environment if she wanted them. So she said to me 2 years ago when she first started traveling, she's like, "Mama, they want me to come to Nashville. Mama, they want me to come to D.C. Mama, they want me to come to Jersey. Should I go?" "Oh yeah, you going? You going?" "Mama, they going." I said, "Oh, you going? We're gonna get you ready." But she said when she first started, she said, "But I never flew alone." I said, "But you gonna fly alone today? So let's get it together." So she said to me, "One day, Mom, watch. One day I'm gonna take you to the White House." I said, "What?" She said, "One day I'm gonna take you to the White House and it's gonna all be on me." I said, "Okay." That was about a little less than 2 years ago. I said, okay, I'd be doggone if that girl didn't say, Mama, check your email. I said, huh? Check your email. So I checked my email, and it was a request from President Biden for her to come to the lawn because he was, they were signing in to, they were completing and signing some legislature about gun violence in schools.
Right.
And they
yeah.
wanted her to be there. And she took me to the White House. All expense paid. We were in D.C. for 4 days. All that's happened in the last 2 years. All of it's happened since she got out of high school 2 years ago. So, that's right. That's right. She started her own nonprofit now. She just got her fiduciary. So now the Pontiac Education United Education Coalition is now her fiduciary. So her C organization, that, now when I say this to you, y'all gonna say what? But y'all can look all this up because it's all on the internet. When she first started that organization, she said to me, wouldn't it be, I promise to God, she said, wouldn't it be something if we could go to Uvalde, she said, and we could do some kind of event for the kids in Uvalde, because Uvalde had the same kind of issue. Y'all remember that with the elementary kids? Mm-hmm. She said, I would love to do something like almost like a field day with them elementary kids. I said, that would be a good idea. That would be really nice. I promise you, Zoe said that to me, it must have been around March. When I tell you that we went down there, I think it was November the 2nd, me and her. November 2nd week of November, not last year before she started school. When I tell you we went to Uvalde, Texas. When we got to Uvalde, Texas, she had gotten with some other people that also were school, students at Oxford, and a couple teachers, and all the people that she found on the internet that she can contact in Uvalde, Texas, and put together an event where Little Caesars drove down that big old pizza kitchen thing. They drove that thing down, and they fed them families for 4 hours for free. Wingstop, she raised money, so she paid Wingstop for, I can't think of exactly how many wings, but when that man, the owner of Wingstop in Uvalde, Texas, came and saw with his own eyes what was taking place, he called his son and said, double the order. We're going to pay for the rest of it. They had pizza and wings everywhere all day long. The kids from Oxford, 17 kids from Oxford, got on a plane with 6 adults and met us in Uvalde, Texas to run the event.
So it was 17 kids.
17 kids. You know how they got there?
How?
Because United Airlines bought the tickets.
Oh, wow. Okay. All right. Well.
When I tell you, I think that was March, that we were down there first week of November, in the midst of running around for 3 days to get ready for what she had created. She had Amazon sent toys down there. She found somebody that would hold the toys, so we got there, right? When it got time to get the T-shirts, because she ordered, I think it was 500 T-shirts. She found a guy online, talked to him, ordered the T-shirts, hadn't paid him nothing. And he said, when he found out what she was doing, he said, pay me when you get here.
Wow, 500 T-shirts. Wow, man. Wow.
Yeah.
If I can just say this, I wish Zoe was, and unfortunately, she's under the weather. So I know you was going to bring her, but she was under the weather. But I want to, I just want to shout her out for everything she's doing.
Yeah.
You know, she is only 20.
She's only 20.
She's only 20, and she's still, doing it and stuff like that. And it's just, it's just, amazing. It's amazing. It's amazing. That's what I can say. It's so amazing that she's still, living and breathing and all of that, because could have been worse.
Absolutely.
And although, I don't like like I said, I don't like, to talk about stuff here on the show, and supposed to be like a happy, joyous occasion on the Black Business Enterprise. But yeah, I just felt like you needed to tell us about Zoe,
Yeah.
about your daughter Zoe, her story, what she's going through, because it could have been worse. That's all I'm gonna say.
Absolutely.
That's all.
Absolutely.
It could have been worse, man. I mean, she wouldn't see 21 or 25 or on it, 30, 40, 50, 60 on it,
And
but
I always tell her when we talk about the Uvalde, the
Yeah.
Oxford thing. I always say to her, it could have been you, right? And since it wasn't, what you gonna do with it,
yeah,
right? It could have easily been. God can do what He want to do when He want to do it, right? And there's nothing we can do about it except thank you, Lord, or not. But there's nothing you can do about it. When He's ready to move, He moves. So it could have been you, but if it's not, since it wasn't, what you
Yeah.
gonna do with what He gave you, what He left you with?
And her response,
right.
Let me.
I'm sorry, I'm not the moderator. this is blessing my soul.
Yeah, it blesses my soul. It blesses my soul.
Yeah.
Like you raised an amazing daughter. This is comments I'm getting on Facebook.
Oh, what did they saying on Facebook?
They said this is from a coworker, Marisha Whitaker. She said this is beautiful shows. This is beautiful shows. You raised an amazing daughter.
I am doing what I think. No,
Well-
let me just rephrase that. I'm moving in my anointing.
There it is.
This is my anointing, right? I really believe that.
And people obviously is listening, because we just heard that one comment, and I'm pretty sure we're gonna hear some more. Obviously, people is touched by your story, man. So at least I did something right.
Yes.
At least I invited you on the show so you can tell your story. This is moving people. This is
Yeah.
moving people
Yeah.
and stuff. And obviously people is liking, subscribing, and doing the QR code and everything else. And people is obviously listening. They're listening to your story and everything. So shouts out to Zoe.
Shouts out
and
to Zoe
I
too,
hope I hope you get better, Zoe. And I wish you can be on my show today, but hopefully you can come on my show another day and stuff. And yeah, man. So just kudos to your daughter. Kudos to your daughter, man.
Give
And
thanks.
anything. And you got any more kids besides Zoe? Or is she your only one?
I do. No, I got two more that I'm.
And I promise we go get to your event. I promise we go get to your event. But you got any more kids besides Zoe?
I have two more in the house. I have a 17-year-old boy who is a beautiful boy. He is. I'm saying that because he's such a good looking. He don't know it, right? He's one of them, and he's my stepson. But what I noticed
funny.
about him when he first came to me, he came to me about 7 years ago, and I looked at him and he smiled at me. I said, "That's your superpower," right? And he said, "Huh?" But he had a thick Ghanaian accent at the time. I said, "No, that is your smile is your superpower." And he just kind of looked at me, because when he smiled, his whole face just light up. He just don't know it yet, So he hasn't used it to his ability, because I keep telling I'm trying to get him to the place where he understands, first of all, that it is, and that he can use the superpower for good, right? So anyway, it's very quiet, mannerable, and I'm blessed to have him in my life. So that's Abu. That's my 17-year-old. And then I have a 16-year-old daughter
Okay.
who is her name is Kumba.
Oh, that's a nice name.
Yeah.
That's a beautiful
She's
name.
Kumba. She is I'm smiling because it's hard to explain her. She is my mama, who is my daughter, who thinks she's my mama, but she's but she's not.
I don't know what that means, but okay.
Hey, but what's interesting about her is Kumba is her first name. Her middle name is Saiwa. And Saiwa,
Is that an African name?
yeah. And
I always wanted an African name.
Kumba means creativity. That's one of the Kwanzaa principles, right?
What does it mean?
It's creativity.
Creativity. That's
Yeah.
beautiful.
Or we could say creative one.
that is
right?
beautiful. Yeah.
But Saiwa is the most important. That's her middle name. And we named her Saiwa because we found out that I was pregnant with Saiwa 2 weeks after I lost my mom. 2 weeks after. I found out I was pregnant with her. And I think that's partly why she thinks she's my mama, but she's really not my mother. She's really my daughter. You know.
Transition, yo.
I know.
Mama transition into that daughter.
Listen.
Hey, that's God.
When the doctor told me, you know how they kind of give you an idea of where your date, you should have conceived around this day. I promise you, I was like, yeah, that's about right. You know, it's like my mom was out one day and she was in the next. It was like that, honestly, no kid. So Saiwa actually means to console.
Oh, that's nice.
That's what her
That's
name
nice.
means to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it means. That's why I chose that name. It means to console.
That's a nice name. That's a nice name.
Yeah. Yeah, and she is my consolation. But she is my beautiful daughter. I'm saying that because she really looks like a model. She don't know it. You know. Everywhere she goes, she's getting it though. That's something that Zoe, first of all, Zoe is the darkest chocolate. Let me say that. She's the darkest chocolate, and she was such a beautiful baby that, and I'm not exaggerating. They pretty. They just pretty. It just is what it is. She was such a beautiful baby that I could be in the car and people would stop me at a light when she was 3-4 months and say, "That is a beautiful baby down there in that car. My God, where you get that baby from?" All the time. So, and it never changed. You know, even now, everywhere she go, oh, you know, how did it feel to be the most beautiful woman in the room? I said, tell him we know his eyes is working. His eyes are working. That's wonderful. Right.
All right.
That's one thing we know. You got 20/20 vision. But Saiwa is just, she's younger and she's coming up, but I won't say it out loud, but she may even look more like a model than Zoe. You right? So, but she's, getting to that fashion thing. So, and she's my Afrocentric baby. So she won't let nobody put no perm in her hair, and she's a hippie at heart and all of that. So, yeah, I'm blessed. I have good kids. I'm blessed.
That is beautiful, man. That is so beautiful. That's a nice name, though. African name and stuff like that and everything. All right, so we have got to talk about your events because I'm like, okay, going on and on and on. Talk about your events real quick.
All right.
What you got going on?
Of course, you all know the kind of events I do. So I pride myself in community and hospitality. What I love to do, what gives me the most joy is being able to make people feel hospitable as we, grow together and thrive together. So I do those kind of events. I have 2 coming up that I'll give you, and I have more, but these are the dates are etched in stone, the venues are, so I will make sure you have that. And the first one is coming up. It's the Feast with Friends. And that is in collaboration with Silver Lake Church, which is in Pontiac at 520 West Walton Boulevard in Pontiac. Feast with Friends, this will be our second. Since I've been collabing with Silver Lake, which was about 1.5 years ago, we did a first annual, which was great. And it's a community picnic. It's an old school community picnic with yard games and the whole thing. We have some food brought in, and then some I have certain people that I know we can trust to bring in, food. But it is, it's a community event. There'll be food, there'll be music, there'll be vendors, there'll be resources, the average event. But it will be held at Silver Lake Church in Pontiac, September 21st. The time is 11 to 4. Okay. That's the feast.
So that's September 24th.
Absolutely. And if you are interested in participating in that as a vendor or as a sponsor, or if you'd like to come and hang out with us, because that's most of, not all, but most of the events I do are going to be laid back. I want people to feel comfortable, right? Mm-hmm. Because there, especially with the onset of the internet, it brings us so many wonderful things and so many things that are absolutely not wonderful. It brings us all of that. But because with the onset of the internet, our communities have broken down in many places, right? So I like to bring people back, to communal events and gatherings
Yeah.
where we really can, I want to hug your neck. I really do. I
Right.
want to share a meal with you. I want to cook for you. Yeah, absolutely. Cause and if there's ever a time where you don't remember we're missing it, you see our young people and the way they respond to each other or us, and you realize, we missing it. We missing it.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
that's what Feast with Friends is about. It's a community potluck. All
And
right.
what time is it again?
That's 11 to 4 on September 21st.
And what day is that?
And that is a Saturday.
That's okay.
That's
So
a
that's
Saturday.
Feast with Friends.
Yep.
And then you have another one.
And now again, we're doing other stuff in between, but these I'm set on. Kwanzaa, the annual Teray Family Kwanzaa event will take place on Saturday, December 28th, and that will also be at Silver Lake Church. Silver Lake has a huge campus.
Oh yeah, you definitely gotta come back on the show in December and talk about that.
I would love to.
Yeah,
I would love
yeah.
to. And again, same thing there. If you want to participate, yes. Oh yeah. Good. I would love for you too. So that's wonderful. So anyone who wants to participate, you want to vend, you want to sponsor, you want to come, just let me know. We are again now. My website is down, but.
Okay.
And because we have to rebrand completely. So don't go looking for VB Teray. She has been laid to rest. Okay? She has been laid to rest. But I am here. Okay. So
Yeah.
you can find Rukia Day on Facebook, right? You can find Ms. Rukia, that's with an MZ, on Instagram,
Okay.
right? And you can find Rukia Day on LinkedIn.
So all those platforms they
Yep.
can find you.
You can find Rukia Day or Daybreak Empowerment or
Okay.
Ms. Rukia. Okay?
All those platforms.
All those platforms.
All
yes.
those, but your website is down. So her website is down.
It's going to come back totally new like me.
Yeah, I was just gonna say your website is rebuilding, or you working on it.
Yeah, it's going to be completely, we're rebranding completely.
There it is, man. Y'all make sure y'all follow Rukia Day
And Zoe
Facebook.
Teray too.
Oh yeah, Zoe.
Teray, Touray. She is on Instagram. She's on Twitter. She's too young to spend a lot of time on Facebook, but she is on there.
So
Zoe
she's on
Teray.
Facebook too?
ZoeTouray. Yeah.
Okay, so Zoe Teray, and one more time, how can they find her?
They can find her on Instagram as Zoe Teray, Twitter Zoe Teray, TikTok Zoe Teray, and Facebook Zoe Teray.
So she's on all social media platforms, TikTok, Facebook, all that, man. I mean, just kudos to you and your daughter, man. And your daughter, sounds like she's a very bright young lady, and definitely the thing. Next time when you come on the show, can you please bring her?
Yes.
Can you please bring her?
Well, if she's available, because she's going back to school next week.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
the thing about Zoe is she does quite a few interviews online, so she doesn't have to be here for you to interview her.
Oh,
You just have
okay.
to talk to her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she can just call in on the monitor and stuff, and absolutely, absolutely. I love this. This has been a great, fascinating conversation, preaching and everything like that, and all that, man. I feel like I should start calling you I feel like I should start calling you Preacher Renee Day or something, or Pastor Renee Day.
Well, whatever
or something.
whatever the
you know,
Lord give you, whatever He got for me, I want it. How about that?
I love it, man. You need to come back.
I'll come back.
to come back, man. We seriously had a good time. I had so much
enjoyed
fun
myself.
with you today and stuff. And let's do it again. Let's do it again. Let's make
Thank
it a
you for
part
the invite.
2, part 4, whatever, man. Whatever. We definitely the thing and stuff like that. And just kudos to you and
Thank
all you do. And do you have any shout outs real quick?
Let me shout out. Oh yeah, I want to shout out my babies. My babies from Higher Pontiac, which is they're all between the ages of 15 and 17. We just finished a 6-week program. This is our 3rd year, and Higher Pontiac is a pre-engineering internship program. So for black and brown babies, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the purpose of this internship is for one to they get a $2,000 stipend. Let me say that because I'm proud of that. They get a $2,000 stipend.
That's dope.
But the purpose of it is our director, who's Dominique Head, who is also the president of the Pontiac Regional Chamber, right? Is an engineer by trade. The purpose of this program is to introduce our babies to a profession such as this. Because there's so many, when you talk about blacks or women in engineering, it's hard to find them. They exist, but it's hard to find them. But the opportunity for money is up the wazoo, right? So he was an engineer. His father was an engineer, so he has a heart for our community and a heart for seeing our babies with the information, because you can't make an educated decision about engineering if you don't know anybody around you that's an engineer, right? So that was really burning for him. Yeah, that was really burning for him. So for 3 years we talked about how we could form this program, right? Mm-hmm. And he did the footwork and he begged for money and we got the money and we're on year 3. So we just finished our 3rd year, 6-week program for Higher Pontiac. And our babies go into GM. They sit down with the executives at the conference table. They interview them. They go into Fanuc Robotics and they sit down at the table and they talk to them and they ask questions and they go and they put their hands on the machines and they go into United Wholesale Mortgage and they talk to Mateen Cleese and say, what should I do next? And this, that, and the other. So that's what we do for 6 weeks. And they get their hands into the robotics and all that kind of stuff. So
oh wow.
Yeah. So shout out to my babies at Higher Pontiac. Miss Rukia said, I'm so proud of y'all.
Next time when you come back, next time when you come back, we gotta talk about that. We gotta talk about that
sure.
the next time, man. But I just want to say I am so happy you came on my show today. And like I said, we are not gonna we are not gonna let this be your last time. We're not gonna do that. You're gonna come on again and again and again and again for as long as I have this show or whatever. And definitely we'll do that. We go do that. But y'all, I hope you all learn some spiritual lessons, because this woman right here, she can preach. She can definitely preach. She should open up her own church or something. But I just want to thank again Wakia Day for being here on the show. I want to thank all of you for tuning in. Of course, I got to give it up to my girl Wendy over there and doing amazing things and stuff. And all of you for tuning in, for making this Sunday a very fun day. Thank you all for listening to your boy Robert for the Black Business Enterprise. And we will do it again next week, where hopefully, I'm not going to say hopefully, but she will be here next week. Tracy St. Paul will be in the building next week. I cannot wait for that, man. I cannot wait for that. It's gonna be fun. So y'all make sure y'all tune in. And that's pretty much it. So I will talk to y'all next week. And until then, y'all be safe out here in these streets, Detroit. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. And we will be back with you all again next week. Same time, same place. The Black Business Enterprise with your boy Robert on Courageous Detroit Radio. I will talk to y'all next week. Have a good night.
How many of you all have that feel-good song? This is mine right here. You are worthy. Come on. Hey, put your hands together in this place. You are. Oh, it's okay if you bob your head on this. When I think about how you brought me through danger seen and
October 24th to October 26th, and join us for the 8th Annual Spin Awards in the Atlanta, Georgia area. Enjoy performances by Ernest Pugh, Canton Jones, Laurel Taylor, Ruth Laundra, and more. Attend free showcases, workshops, a comedy show, and the pre-ceremony events on Thursday and Friday. Get tickets for the main ceremony at thespinawards.com/tickets. Celebrate those who spin the gospel at the Spin Awards.